Welcome back to the Student of the Game podcast. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. Please hit that like and subscribe button. It's free of charge. All right, so this is week 3 of our NFL pick'ems for the 2022 football season. All right, so let's get it going. So Thursday night, which is later on tonight, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns. Hey, man, ain't no rivalry like the Steelers-Brown rivalry because the Steelers-Browns rivalry don't stop, right? Especially on Thursday night football or Sunday night football or Monday night football when they are the only game that is on and in prime time. You don't even have to be a fan of the Steelers or a fan of the Browns to appreciate, the intense level of this rivalry is. You know what I'm saying? The fans for both teams, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how good or bad the Steelers are doing. It doesn't matter how good or bad, even though most of the times throughout our lives we've seen the Browns be very, very bad. Guess what? Their fans remain very, very passionate, and guess what? You better respect them, all right? You're not going to come up on no Cleveland Brown fan talking about how good the Steelers are without them having some choice words for you. Same rule applies for a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, right? One of my good friends, Cedric Mackey, is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and let me tell you something. This dude here bleeds black and gold, black and yellow, one of them. But let's get off into it. All right, this game here looks like it's going to be in, where's this game going to be at? Is it going to be in Pittsburgh or Cleveland? Let's see. I need to know that. That's something that I should know. Oh, this game is going to be Cleveland. Cleveland is the city where we come from, where we run from. Bone Thugs and Harmony. You don't know Bone Thugs? I say that pretty much every week when I say Cleveland. I'm saying Bone Thugs and Harmony. But anyways, man, if TJ Watt was playing, just like I said last week, I'm going for the Cleveland Browns. I'm going for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I did say that last week when they went up against Bill Belichick. So this time they're going up against the Cleveland Browns. I tell you what, you know what? I think the Steelers are going to take care of business in this game. I'm going to tell you why. All right. So the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland, they had the Jets. They let the New York freaking Jets off the hook. They had that game sealed, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Doom, 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 doom. All right, they had that game. That was their game to win, and they blew it. They blew it. And it's not like they lost to, the Chiefs or the Bills or Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, or Lamar Jackson. They lost to the Jets. They lost to Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco's no joke, but Joe Flacco was like, man, you know what? I'm not about to lose against the Browns. When I was the quarterback for the Ravens, we used to smack up the Browns. I'm not about to lose to y'all. Your fans bumping their gums. I'm not about to lose to y'all. And guess what? The Jets, they came back and won that game. Cleveland Browns, I know the Cleveland Brown fans, you're still thinking about that. And this is a very, very short week after that. I mean, you're still recovering off of that. You're thinking, how in the world did we lose to the Jets? How? When's going to be our time? How we lose that game? Plus, no Jadeveon Clowney is playing, I don't think. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's a rumor or truth to that. But I have the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this game. I don't know if I'm going to call it an upset or not. Both teams are 1-1. It's still too early in the season for that. Mike Tomlin is a real good coach, great coach, Hall of Fame coach, and he's going to have his team prepared and ready for this short week. Okay, they got a lot of veterans on that team, even though TJ Watt is not playing. But I got the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this game. I'm looking at a score of, let's see, what score are we going to do on this one? You know what? I got the Steelers winning this game. Let's roll with the score 23-16, Pittsburgh. All right. Sorry, Browns fans. It's nothing personal, but yeah, it's going to take some time to recover from that loss to the Jets. Y'all lost to the Jets, yo. I could see if y'all lost from the beginning to the end of the game against the Jets, but y'all had the Jets and they came back and beat y'all. So, but good luck. But I got the Steelers winning that game. All right, so let's go ahead and roll over to our Sunday games. Let's see. The Bills versus the Dolphins. Woo! Man, how about that Tua? 6 touchdowns, 1 game. Hey, the only person who Tua is literally probably one of the only few people in this world when he sees Al Bundy. Oh, you go your 4 touchdowns. I'll raise you 6. 4 touchdowns, 1 game. I scored 6. I threw 4 of them in 1 quarter. Boom, drop mic on Al Bundy, poke high legend. But anyways, I got the Miami Dolphins winning this game, people. And it's not because one of my best friends, Chris Bernard, is a Dolphins fan. No. Here's my reasons behind it. Did you see the Buffalo Bills? We all saw the Buffalo Bills kick the living snot out of the Tennessee, take me to another place. Yeah, the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, we saw the Buffalo Bills take care of business. Their secondary got banged up, man. Hyde got banged up. Tre'Davious White is still not back. So and one of the other cornerbacks got banged up too. I don't think he's playing. And you are going to need all the secondary help you can when you're going up against Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Okay, like you're going to need all the secondary help you can, and I just don't think that they have enough for that. So I'm rolling with the Miami Dolphins to win this game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a very competitive game. If you're the Miami Dolphins, now's the time to rise, because you should be tired of the Buffalo Bills kicking the living snot out of you. You should be tired of that. You should be tired of that, okay? It's not like they're your big brother. No, y'all not related. You're just in the same division. So you should be tired of them smacking you up and down like they're your big brother and you the baby brother who's never going to grow. No, eat your vitamins. Like Hulk Hogan said, drink your milk, your protein, take you some steroids. I'm not going to tell you take steroids. But, do your push-ups, get your weight up, not your hate up, and flex on them. And go out there and say, hey, you know what? This is what we do. Let's play some Miami Dolphin football. Let's kick the living snot out of them like the same way they've been kicking the living snot out of us, okay? That's all I'm saying right there. Now's the time, Miami Dolphins. I'm not saying the division is riding on this game, but Miami Dolphins, if you do not win this game, if you lose this game, you will not win this division at all. 0% chance you win this division this year. But if you win this game tomorrow, Sunday, that increased the probability of you winning this division. So you'll have a very good, very strong chance. Time to make a statement, and I think the Miami Dolphins can do that. I got the Miami Dolphins winning this game. Let me see. I'm looking at a score. Let me see. I'm feeling very generous, people. Very generous. I'm looking at a score of, let's roll the score of 27. Let's see, 27-17, Miami Dolphins. They're going to take care of business against Buffalo Bills. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the New York Jets. Hey, Joe Burrow, who's so thorough, man, like he hasn't been thorough this year. I don't know what's going on with Joe, but it's time for him to get it together. They about to play the New York Jets. If you're the Jets, I mean, you're not going to get many games like that out of Joe Flacco, okay? I think that right there, that after beating the Cleveland Browns the way they did last week, I think that's going to keep the Jets fans and Jets Nation and the Jets players and coaches, that's going to satisfy them for the next 3 to 5 weeks, I believe. I don't think they're going to be ready for the Cincinnati Bengals because I think they're looking at the Bengals, well, they're 0-2. We're 1-1. And they just came off a Super Bowl. Who are they supposed to be? We ain't scared of them. And I think this is going to be the game where the Cincinnati Bengals finally make that statement. Say, hey, this is the Cincinnati Bengals team that made it to the Super Bowl. But if they don't, then, yeah, that's not good for the Bengals. But Joe Burrow has not been looking good. They have not been able to protect them. The head coach for the Jets, Robert Saleh, he's a real good defensive coach. The Bengals, they still are not able to thoroughly protect Joe Burrow. So if they can apply some pressure on him, I mean, Jets can still come out and win this game. But man, I just don't see the Bengals going 0-3. I just don't. I don't know. Maybe I need to put some glasses on and then I can see that. But I just don't see that. I don't feel that in my heart, mind, body, and soul and spirit. But we'll see. But I have the Cincinnati Bengals winning this game, all right, with a score of 24-13. I got the Bengals winning this game. Next matchup, we have the Las Vegas. I'm going to say Los Angeles. Las Vegas Raiders. Still having a hard time getting used to that versus the Tennessee Titans. All right. I got the Titans in this game. It's a lot of interesting dynamics colliding on this one. Number one, let's take the Las Vegas Raiders. Okay. Like, did you see the way they lost that game against the Cardinals? They had the Cardinals the majority of the game. Then Kyler Murray happened, right? And then it goes to overtime, and then the defensive back, he picked up the fumble. Did y'all see how he picked that fumble up, though? It's like, it was almost like some stuff you see on Madden football where, like he didn't even scoop the ball up with two hands. It's like let me see. It's like he did some Magneto type stuff, but instead of the ball is not made of metal. It's made out of pigskin. So it's like he was able to manipulate the pigskin, and the ball just levitated in his hand, and he took off. You know, in the end of game. Like that's very heartbreaking. Man. I felt bad for him, for Raiders fans. My dad, God rest his soul, diehard Raiders fan, man. But yeah, that sucks if you're the Raiders. Now the Titans, okay, the Tennessee Titans, they just got smashed 41-7 on Monday Night Football. Coach Mike Vrabel is a real good coach. They're 0-2 right now. I don't see this team going 0-3. I hate for the Raiders to go 0-3, but I do not see this Tennessee Titan team going 0-3. Vrabel is going to have his squad ready to take out all the frustration, pain, and hate from losing 41-7 to the Bills. They about to take it all out on the Raiders. Okay, and I got the Tennessee Titans winning this game with a score of 31-21. All right. Next matchup, we got the New Orleans Saints versus the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Blue Kicks, hottest player on the block. All right, some Jigga Man stuff, Jay-Z. What you know about that? But anyways, Saints, man, they played a tough game against the Buccaneers, but everything changed once Lattimore and Mike Evans got ejected out the game, and I think that was more devastating for the Saints than the Bucks, because Brady is going to spread the ball around, but Lattimore, he can shut down a whole side of the field with it by himself. I think Baker Mayfield is starting. We heard rumors about when Sam Darnold comes back, Baker Mayfield is probably not going to start. But anyways, in this matchup here, I'm rolling with the New Orleans Saints. I like that Saints defense, man. That defense travels. I think they're going to cause Baker Mayfield to throw interception and get a couple fumble recoveries, because this Saints defense, man, is very, very stagnant, man. They're very, very stagnant's the wrong word. I'm sorry. I meant to say it's a very, very strong defense. Okay, there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to go out there and perform well. I think this is going to be a bounce back game for Mr. Jameis Winston. Okay, he did not have a good game against the Bucks. I was hoping he'll have a good game against them, but he didn't. Maybe the next time they'll play, he'll have a better game against them. But I got the New Orleans Saints winning this game with a score of, let's see, I think it's going to be kind of a low-scoring game. I'm rolling with a score of 21. Let's see, that's 21-13. All right. Next matchup, we have the Baltimore Ravens versus the New England Patriots. All right, so we got another good head coaching matchup with John Harbaugh versus Bill Belichick. I'm rolling with the Patriots on this one, people. I think Lamar Jackson is going to have a pretty good game. I think both teams are going to play well, but unfortunately, you don't want to tie. I don't think these two coaches would tie. They would go for the win. The Ravens, they was dominating the Miami Dolphins, and then the fourth quarter happened, mental lapse or whatever, something happened. But this Patriots team, they coming off a real good win against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I think they're going to enter this game pretty confident, and Bill Belichick is going to have his squad focused. And I think the Baltimore Ravens are going to lose this game. I really am. I don't think Lamar Jackson is going to have a bigger game as he did last week, because I think Bill Belichick, he's going to make Lamar Jackson play against his weakness, which I don't think he has any weakness in his game. But it's better that you contain Lamar Jackson in the pocket, okay? So they probably have Jabril Peppers or somebody as a spy on him. All right, not saying Peppers or anybody on the Patriots team can keep up with his speed, but, you got to be there to at least try to distract Lamar Jackson a little bit. You got to at least make it difficult a little bit for him. Make it seem like at least trying to I don't know. But anyways, I got the New England Patriots winning that game with a score of 24-20. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings. All right, the Minnesota Vikings just got smashed. The Detroit Lions had a real good game this past week. I think they won that game. So I think this is going to be a high-scoring matchup with these two teams. They play in domes. I like watching teams that play in domes because it's high-scoring games. So I'm looking at the Minnesota Vikings to win this game. I'm looking at a shootout of, let's say, 35-31. Okay, I think Kirk's second cousins is going to bounce back. he normally performs well when you least expect it. So and he performs bad when you expect him to perform at a high level. That's just how he rolls. That's why he has like a 66-66 record or whatever. So I got the Minnesota Vikings winning that game. Next matchup, we got those Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders. I'm not a big Commanders fan. I mean, I like Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz going up against the Eagles. But Jalen Hurts, man, the way this dude is playing is phenomenal. Like, I don't see how a lot of teams pass this dude up. I wish my Houston Texans would have drafted him, And we could have probably traded for him, but, we believe in Davis Mills, so we'll see. But let me get back to this game. I have the Philadelphia Eagles winning this game. I have them taking care of business. Jalen Hurts is that dude right now. He is that dude, man. I mean, so y'all better watch out. And, I mean, if the Cowboys, like right now, I had the Cowboys winning that division, but with Dak Prescott being hurt, I think there's no doubt in my mind, I think the Eagles are going to take this division for real. But I got the Eagles winning this matchup against the Commanders. I'm looking at a score of, it's going to be a score of 27-20. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Indianapolis Colts. Who would have thought the Colts would be 0-2? I know they tied with the Texans, but that's just like a loss if you ask me, because you didn't get the W, all right? Patrick Mahomes is on a tear. He hears the disrespect. Everybody, national media, they can't wait for Justin Herbert to take over, but Justin Herbert hasn't taken over his division. Then they say, Russell Wilson is going to come over there, and Patrick Mahomes is like, pump your brakes, bro. I'm still over here. This is my division. And Derek Carr he's doing okay, but the Raiders don't look too good right now. But anyways, I have the Kansas City Chiefs winning this game. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm looking at a score of 27-24 because the Colts, they just got goose egged by the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm not saying the Jaguars are a terrible team. I just didn't expect the Colts to get goose egged 24-0. So they're going to come back with a lot stronger effort. I think the first half you're going to see Matty Ice playing pretty good. But, what's going to happen is, that ice is going to tend to melt. And then Patrick Mahomes is going to just heat up, all right? So I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning this game. What did I say? 27, 23, 27-24, something like that. Next matchup, we got my Houston Texans versus the Chicago Bears. All right, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not confident in my Texans winning this game. I think the defense is going to give real good, strong effort. I think Lovie Smith is going to want this game because he used to coach the Bears and got them to a Super Bowl that they did lose to the Colts in. But I think the defense is going to play with a lot of fire and heart. I think the run game is going to play with a lot of fire and heart. But the question is Davis Mills going to be moving with purpose? And if you Justin Fields, hey, you tired of all people comparing you to Davis Mills? It's probably only Texans fans anyway. Some of us, we say that, we do that comparison because we know we don't have Fields and we got Mills. So it's like, we're going to ride for our quarterback until he prove otherwise that he can't be the starter. Okay, but I'm hoping that Davis Mills have a strong game. If Davis Mills can play if he can play a real good game, like if he can play the way he played like in the first half against the Colts, then there's no doubt in my mind the Texans are going to win this game. But I just don't expect him to do that. I think Justin Fields is going to step his game up, and I think the Bears is going to take care of business. This is probably going to be a low scoring game. I'm looking at a score of like 17-10. All right. Bears. Yeah. Next matchup, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Chargers of Los Angeles. I don't know if Justin Herbert is going to be playing, but if he is playing, he's going to be probably most likely banged up, rib injury from the Thursday night game against the Chiefs. But by the time these two teams played, that would have been 10 days ago. That was a close game for them also. But I think the Jaguars, they're coming off a 24-0 zip over the Colts. I think the Chargers are going to take care of business and win this game. I think overall the Chargers have a much better roster than the Jaguars. So I have the Chargers winning this game. I'm going to go with a score of 33-20. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Rams versus the Arizona Cardinals. Division rivalry time right here, people. I'm rolling with the Rams. Now, if Kyler Murray, if he had his ace, D-Hop, then I would say, then I would roll with the Cardinals on this one. But, I mean, hey, this Rams defense, I think they're gonna. Well, actually, when you think about the Rams, they did almost lose to the Falcons. All right, so I mean, I don't know what it is. Whenever you're a Super Bowl champion, you're gonna get every team's best effort, and the Falcons almost beat them. You saw the Bills took care of business on them. So now, if the Cardinals win this game, I would not be surprised. I mean, because it's quite possible maybe Kyler Murray, he's finally about to get into his groove. The season didn't start it for him finally in week 2. All right. So, but man, this is going to be a good game. This is going to be an electrifying game, man. I'm going to have to make sure I watch this game. I'm looking at a high-scoring game. I'm looking at a score of like 36-30. I'm going to roll with the Rams on this one. I'm going to roll with the Rams. Next matchup, we have the Green Bay Packers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. I'm rolling with the Buccaneers, man. I'm rolling with the Buccaneers. I like Aaron, but I don't know. It's just something about Tom Brady, man. I think Tom Brady is going to be more than hyped up on this game because he's probably thinking this could be my last time facing against Aaron Rodgers. And if I do retire this year, and if I don't see dude in the playoffs, because I know we making it to the playoffs, well, guess what? You know what? I got to get him because I can't retire and then he be like, yeah, I sent Brady to retirement. He can't get me back. So I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning this game with a score of 20. Let me see. I'm going to go with the score of 28-24. It's going to be a close game. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Falcons, the Dirty Birds, versus my Seattle Seahawks. Well, Seahawks, they just got smashed by the Niners. Don't like that feeling at all, getting smashed by the Niners, I must say. But we'll bounce back, hopefully. Geno Smith throwing 81%, 81% completion percentage. Yeah, Geno. But Atlanta Falcons, they just lost. We just talked about this. They lost the game that they thought they had against the Rams, and Jalen Ramsey picked the ball up in the end zone. Well, before he got to the end zone or whatever, right? But I got the Seattle Seahawks winning this game. I think the Seahawks going to bounce back. They're going to take care of business against Marcus Mariota. They still trying to, last week they was still trying to recover after beating Russell Wilson. And the 49ers, they deflated that balloon. Now the Seahawks are humbled. Now it's time to show the Atlanta Falcons who's the better bird. And I'm rolling with the Seahawks because they can fly and they can swim. I guess they can, right? Yeah. But anyways, I got the score on that game. I'm saying Seahawks. We're going to roll with a score of, let me see. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I already know. The score is going to be 20-13, Seattle. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson, man, historically, he always does good against the Niners, man. He owns the freaking Niners, right? And I think the Niners feeling good about beating the Seahawks. I think Russell Wilson is going to cook against the San Francisco 49ers. I think he's going to – is that game in Denver? I think that game is in Denver too. Yeah, I think Russ is going to cook the Niners. I think the score is going to be like 26-17 Denver Broncos. In our next and final matchup, we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants. The New York Giants are sitting 2-0, people. Who would have thought this squad would be 2-0? I know I didn't. Any Giants fans out there, did y'all think this squad was going to be 2-0? Be honest. Exactly. I know you didn't think there was going to be 2-0. At best, 1-1, all right? So I'm going to roll with the New York Giants. I'm going to roll with the Giants because the Cowboys, you don't have Dak Prescott. If you had Dak Prescott, I'm rolling with y'all, Cowboys. But, hey, y'all won your first game without Dak. Very emotional game. Defense stepped up, and I think your defense is going to play real good in this game. But, unfortunately, somebody has to lose unless you choose to tie. I don't see the Cowboys going for a tie on this one, or the Giants. So I think that the New York Giants are going to win this game. Saquon Barkley, man. I'm glad that dude is back, man. That dude can run. He's a real good player. So hopefully he can continue with a good bill of health and continue to beast out there. But I think the New York Giants are going to take care of business at home, and I think they're going to win this game. Let's look at a score of I'm going to roll with a low score of 23-16 Giants. I think that's fair enough, right? Yeah, I think that's fair enough. All right, so let's do a full recap on who we picked. Hopefully I don't forget who I picked. All right, we got the Steelers winning the Thursday night matchup against the Browns. We got the Dolphins over the Bills. Bengals over the Jets. Titans over Raiders. Saints over Panthers. Patriots over the Ravens. Vikings over the Lions. Eagles over the Commanders. Chiefs over the Colts. Bears over the Texans. I'm sorry, Texans. I'm sorry. Chargers over the Jaguars. Did I say Jaguars? Yeah, Chargers over the Jaguars. Rams over Cardinals in a shootout. Buccaneers over the Packers. Seahawks over the Falcons. Don't let me down, Pete Carroll. Broncos over the Niners. And the Giants over the Cowboys. All right? That's my picks, and I'm sticking to it. No need to argue on that. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. If you're listening to the podcast, wherever you listen to the podcast at, please subscribe to the channel. And if you're watching on the YouTube channel, please subscribe and hit that like button. Thank you all for tuning in. And also share your thoughts and comments. So let me know, what do you think about my picks, whether if you agree or disagree. And if you disagree, let me know. Hey, who do you think is which teams you think are going to be winners this week, or losers this week, or tiers? All right. Anyway, share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for tuning in. Student of the Game Podcast. Peace out.